The tale of Dragon Ball kicks off deep within a remote forest. Far from the bustle of cities, we are introduced to a young boy, joyfully rolling through the trees and chatting with monkeys. When he gets past home, he casually tosses a massive log into the air and kicks it into pieces, just part of his daily workout. After speaking to a relic he calls Grandpa, he heads out in the search of food. Meanwhile, not too far away, a young girl seems to be on her own mission. She drives off to investigate something. Using himself as bait, the boy skillfully catches a giant fish and begins heading back. But suddenly, a car, driven by the same girl, nearly hits him. Thinking the vehicle is some kind of monster trying to steal his catch, the boy throws it aside with the girl still inside, ready to fight. Stunned, the girl gets out and fires a gun at him, only to realize the bullets have no effect. Trying to smooth over the misunderstanding with the clearly annoyed boy, she steps out of the vehicle. He's shocked. He's never met another human before, especially not a girl. His grandpa had always told him to treat girls with kindness. Curious about the monster he just threw, the boy asks how she captured it. She explains it's not a monster but a car. Fascinated, the boy inspects it more closely and then asks if she comes from a place called civilization. She says she is from the West. He then invites her to his home for a meal because as she is a woman. The girl agrees, thinking the kid is a bit strange but sensing he could be useful to his strength. When they arrive, he introduces the relic he calls Grandpa and says he brought a human girl home. The girl gasps, "It's another Dragon Ball." She rushes towards it, eager to grab it. The boy, alarmed, tells her not to touch his grandpa's treasure, but she pulls out two more orbs that look the same. She explains that these are Dragon Balls and there are 7 in total. According to legend, gathering all 7 allows you to summon the eternal dragon Shenron, who grants one wish. She originally planned to wish for endless supplies of strawberries, but now she's set her heart on wishing for a boyfriend. She asks for the Dragon Ball in the boy's position, but he refuses. She then attempts to bribe him with a peek at her underwear, but he's unfazed. She proposes they search for the Dragon Balls together, and he agrees as long as he can hold on to his. Thinking she's hit the jackpot, the girl is happy. Now she's got a bodyguard for the journey too. When the boy wonders, they will find the rest. She reveals a device called the Dragon Radar, which tracks the location of the orbs. They prepare to leave, and the girl rummages through her bag to find a vehicle replacement for one the boy destroyed. Realizing she never asked his name, she introduces herself as Bulma. The boy laughs and jokes about her name, then introduces himself, Son Goku. Bulma pulls out a capsule marked number 9, tosses it, and a motorcycle appears with a poof. Goku is amazed, thinking it must be witchcraft. Bulma explains it's a capsule, common where she is from. Together, they set off. About 20 minutes later, Bulma accidentally flies off a hill and lands hard. She excuses herself to pee, confusing Goku, who wonders why she doesn't just go in front of him. Suddenly, Goku hears her scream and runs towards the sound, only to see Bulma carried off by a talking pterodactyl. The creature lies, saying Bulma is his friend and he just wants a private chat. He ties Goku to a tree and flies away. As the pterodactyl prepares to eat her, Bulma screams for help. Goku, confused but alarmed, dashes to Bulma's bike and launches off a hill. When the jump falls short, he leaps into the air, wielding his power pole. With one mighty swing, he knocks the monster out and rescues Bulma mid-fall by hooking her to a cliffside. Terrified, she wets herself. Goku laughs at the sight. That evening, they ride off again. Goku is cheerful, thinking the rest of the journey will be easy. As night falls, Bulma uses another capsule to set up a full house for the night. Goku is in awe, thinking she must control the sun somehow. Inside, Bulma turns on the TV while Goku, he needs a bath before dinner. He doesn't even know what a bath is. She decides to help him, and while scrubbing, she notices his tail. She thinks it's fake and tries to remove it, but Goku reacts and uses his tail to grab the brush and wash himself. Bulma freaks out, realizing it's a real tail. Goku casually remarks that only guys have them. Bulma starts to wonder if Goku is telling the truth, since she's never seen another boy naked before. Goku then casually mentions that his grandpa didn't have one either, leaving Bulma convinced that he's just a bit odd. She then decides it's her turn to take a bath. While she is relaxing in the tub, Goku walks in unexpectedly and asks why she has a second butt. She screams that it's just her chest and asks how odd he is. Goku replies he's 14, which makes Bulma furious, calling him a pervert since they are only 2 years apart and kicks him out. As Bulma dries her hair, Goku tells her he's hungry. They sit down to eat, but Goku complains that the bread has no taste and the soup is bitter. Bulma explains that it's not soup, it's coffee. Displeased, Goku heads out to hunt something tastier to regain his energy. He later returns with a massive centipede and a wolf dangling from the end of his power pole. Disgusted, Bulma slams the door in his face. That night, as Goku lies inside, he says it's been a while since he's heard a sleeping space with someone else. Bulma is quick to clarify they won't be sleeping together, setting up her own spot on the floor. Goku doesn't see what's so strange about it. After all, he used to sleep on his grandpa like a pillow. Bulma scolds him for assuming the same would apply to her. While brushing her teeth, she asks Goku about his parents. Goku tells her his grandpa found him abandoned in the mountains when he was just a baby. Bulma figures he was left because of his tail. Goku then asks if she was also abandoned for having a butt on her chest, which makes her shout that it's not a butt and that she wasn't abandoned. She is on the summer break and only has 30 days left to find the remaining Dragon Balls. Goku, uninterested, falls asleep. The next morning, Goku wakes up and notices that Bulma's sleeping spot is empty. He lies down between her legs like he used to do with his grandpa, but something feels off. He pats on her groin, pulls off her underwear, and screams in shock. Bulma wakes up and asks what's wrong. Goku tells her she's lost her balls. She panics, runs to check the Dragon Balls, and finds they're all still there. She yells at Goku for scaring her. Meanwhile, a mysterious figure draws closer to the capsule house. Later, Goku grumbles about how long Bulma is taking to get ready. He warns that if she moves any slower, she will turn into a turtle. Ignoring him, Bulma sips her coffee and offers him some, but Goku declines and heads outside to get some exercise. He lifts and crushes a large boulder before running to another one, only to find it's not a rock but a sea turtle. Startled, Goku thinks Bulma actually turned into a turtle. Bulma comes out and seeing the turtle is surprised to find one so far from the ocean. The turtle politely asks for some seawater and seaweed, so Bulma brings him a bucket. He explains that he got lost searching for mushrooms and has been trying to find the sea for over a year. Bulma checks the map, says the coast is about 120 kilometers south. Goku offers to carry the turtles back. Bulma objects, saying it's not their problem and they don't have time. But Goku sets off anyway. Turtle on his back. Bulma hesitates, then sees a massive dinosaur near the house, panics and rides after him on the motorcycle. Goku teases her for getting scared. Their journey is interrupted when a mohawked bear demands the turtle, claiming it's his favorite meal. Bulma urges Goku to hand it over, but he refuses. The bear pulls out a huge sword. Goku sets the turtle aside, dodges the bear's attack, jumps onto the blade, then to the bear's nose and knocks him out using rock, paper, scissors attack. Bulma and the turtle are impressed. Goku jokes, asking the turtle if he really tastes that good. The turtle insists he doesn't. Eventually, they reach the shore, and the turtle, overjoyed to be home, thanks Goku and says he will return with a gift. Not long after, he comes back with an old man riding on his shell, a quirky elder with a turtle shell on his back. He introduces himself as the turtle hermit or Roshi and asks who helped the turtle. The turtle points to Goku and in gratitude, Roshi offers him a present. He tries summoning the immortal phoenix but it doesn't come. The turtle explains that the phoenix died from food poisoning, so Roshi instead calls upon the flying nimbus, a golden cloud that descends from the sky. Goku asks if we are supposed to eat it, but Roshi explains that it's for riding. Bulma finds the cloud strange. Roshi explains that only those with pure heart can ride it. He tries but immediately falls through. Bulma bursts out laughing. Goku hops on and effortlessly rides into the sky, leaving Bulma and Roshi stunned. Bulma explains she wants one too, and Roshi asks if she helped the turtle. The turtle says no, and Bulma angrily reminds him she gave him salt water. Roshi says he doesn't have any other flying nimbus to offer, but he does have something else. If Bulma lets him sneak a quick peek at her underwear, shocked, the turtle berates Roshi for behaving like such a perv. But to everyone's surprise, Bulma agrees, lifting her nightgown and showing him far more than he expected. Flustered and fumbling, Roshi tries to think of something worthy enough to give in return. Bulma, spotting the shiny orb hanging from his neck, quickly shifts gears and asks to see it. She calls Goku down from the sky and proudly reveals that she's found another Dragon Ball. Roshi tries to play it off, saying he never agreed to part with it. But before he can argue more, Bulma flashes him again, and Roshi gives in with zero resistance. Regretting not bringing his camera, as Goku and Bulma take their leave, they head back towards the capsule house. Bulma heads inside to change, but quickly lets out a large scream. Goku rushes in to find her baffled at why her panties are just lying on the floor. Then it hits her. She wasn't wearing any when she flashed Roshi. Mortified, she demands answers. Goku calmly explains that he took them off earlier that morning. Furious, Bulma unleashes a full-blown machine gun assault on the kid. Once the chaos settles, she packs up the capsule house while Goku tends to his new bruises, brushing it off like it was nothing. Thinking they had moved faster by air, Bulma asks to ride the flying Nimbus, but she falls right through it. Turns out she's not pure of heart like Goku. She brushes it off, joking that being too beautiful must be a sin. With that, the duo sets out again to find the next Dragon Ball. 3 days later, they stumble upon a seemingly abandoned village, supposedly where the fifth Dragon Ball is located. Goku mentions he can sense someone nearby, so they begin to explore. As they walk through the quiet village, Bulma calls out, but no one responds. She checks the dragon radar. Yep, the signal is coming from this very place. Goku insists people are around and knocks on one of the doors. But when no one answers, he punches it open. Suddenly, a man leaps out and smacks Goku in the head with an axe. Goku yells, and the man realizes he made a mistake. He thought Goku was someone named Oolong. Apologizing profusely, he invites them inside. Once he realizes they are not the shape-shifting menace he feared, other villagers soon join them, and the man's daughter tends to Goku's head. Goku meanwhile confirms she's a girl the only way he knows how, earring himself another bonk from Bulma. The man explains that Oolong is a monster who terrorizes their village, demanding brides and threatening destruction. He says that just yesterday Oolong came and declared he'd return at noon today to take the man's daughter as his next wife. Bulma shows him a Dragon Ball and asks if he's seen anything like it. He hasn't, but an elderly woman nearby has. She brings out the 6-star Dragon Ball. Bulma promises they'll get rid of Oolong in exchange for it. The old man agrees, but questions how a schoolgirl plans to defeat a monster. Bulma smirks and points to Goku, who's now trying to pat her inappropriately too. Bulma hatches a plan. Goku will disguise himself as the daughter, lure Oolong back to his hideout, and then beat him up and rescue the missing girls. Goku reluctantly agrees, but he is not thrilled about the dress. When noon hits, Oolong arrives, looking like a soft demon in a tuxedo. Bulma orders everyone to hide, but predictably hides with them. Goku's left alone, trembling. Oolong assumes his bride is just nervous, but Goku really just has to pee. To calm her nerves, Oolong transforms into a handsome young man. Bulma sees this and instantly swoons, stepping out and introducing herself, complete with bust-size stats. Oolong is now torn. Should he take this beautiful girl or stick with the trembling bride? Why not both? As he ponders this, he notices something odd. His bride is relieving themselves behind a tree, standing up. Oolong gets a full view and recoils in horror. He's been dumped. Furious, Oolong shifts into a hulking bull, and Bulma immediately snaps out of her dreamy state and dashes back inside. She yells to Goku that it's time for Plan B. Beat him up, but don't kill him. They need to know where he's hiding others' girls. Goku rips off the dress, ready to throw down. Oolong tries to talk his way out of the fight, but Goku cuts him off. Enough stalling, it's time to go. Just when the battle's about to begin, Oolong glances at the clock and suddenly bolts, yelling for Goku to wait. Goku chases after him only to find a pig dressed like a Chinese communist soldier waiting outside a building. Goku, acting like a villager, asks the pig if he saw a bull, to which the pig points left, sending Goku running in that direction. Once he is gone, the pig lets the villagers know the truth. This is Oolong's actual form. He can only stay transformed for 5 minutes and then has to wait a full minute before changing again. Goku comes back saying Oolong escaped, but the pig checks his watch. The cooldown is over and Oolong can transform one more. Suddenly, a towering metal robot storms into the village, declaring that he is the mighty Oolong and threatens to stuff Goku into his soup and eat him. As he dips his thumb in the soup and burns it, he blames Goku, who didn't even do anything. Just then, a young boy smacks him in the back of the head with a slingshot, and his mother shows up to drag the kid away. Goku starts doubting Oolong's strength, but Oolong claims he is the toughest guy around. Curious about Goku's power, he asks him to break 3 bricks with one hand, but Goku shatters them effortlessly using only a finger. Terrified, Oolong morphs into a bat and tries to flee. Bulma yells at Goku to catch him since they still need to find his hideout and the missing girls. Goku hops on the flying Nimbus and gives chase. Oolong, realizing he's been followed, turns into a rocket to speed away, but Goku stays close until Oolong's 5-minute limit runs out, causing him to revert mid-air. Goku grabs him as he falls and returns to the village where they tie him up and put him on a leash. Oolong apologizes and agrees to show them where he's keeping the girls. When they arrive, the parents rush in expecting a rescue, but find their daughters chilling in luxury. Oolong shrugs, saying he just wanted a nice, calm girl and is more than happy to give these spoiled ones back. With the girls rescued and the 6-star Dragon Ball in hand, Goku, Bulma, and their reluctant new ally, Oolong, continue their adventure down a river in capsule boat. Goku wonders why they are bringing Oolong, and Bulma explains that his shape-shifting might come in handy. Goku pats Oolong like he did with the village girls, but Oolong freaks out, warning him never to do that again. He likes girls, not guys. Bulma then reveals their next stop, Mount Fry Pan. Oolong panics, refusing to go there because it's the home of the terrifying Ox King. Oolong dives into the river after turning into a fish. Goku strips down to go after him, but Bulma says she's got a better idea. She removes her panties, ties them to a fishing rod, and uses it as bait. Sure enough, she reels Oolong right back in. She gives him a candy ball, promising him her panties if he proves useful. Goku asks if he can have one too, but Bulma turns him down, saying Oolong's just more popular with girls. When their boat returns out of fuel, Bulma asks if Oolong can turn into gasoline. He says no, but turns into an ore instead. So Goku uses him to paddle them ashore. After landing, Bulma realizes her capsule case is gone, probably dropped in the river. She tells Oolong to transform into a fish and retrieve it, promising her panties again as a reward. But Oolong refuses, saying it's way too deep. Bulma starts complaining about their situation. They have no shelter or transportation now. Goku suggests that Oolong turns into a bike for Bulma to ride. She loves the idea, but they notice Oolong's gone. Goku flies off to look for him, but comes back empty-handed. Bulma then shouts "Pee-pee" repeatedly into the forest. Instantly, Oolong is forced to defecate in some bushes nearby. It was the pee-pee candy. Bulma had spiked it, and saying words "pee-pee" gives the eater uncontrollable diarrhea. With Oolong back and clearly under control, Goku tries shouting the word "too", just for fun. Much to Oolong's embarrassment, Bulma demands he transform into a bike again. He does, but only into a small scooter that can carry her weight. Then he tries turning into a pair of panties for her to wear, which only makes her angrier. Later, the trio treks through the desert. Bulma and Oolong are exhausted, and Goku can't believe how slow they are moving. They stop to rest under a strange rock. Goku sits down, complaining about being hungry. Elsewhere, a small floating cat spies them and rushes to alert his partner, Yamcha, who is eager for a fight. The cat named Puar notices that they might have capsules worth stealing, so the two head out in their vehicle and confront Goku and Oolong directly. Goku asks who they are, and Oolongs get nervous. Yamcha and Puar introduce themselves as desert bandits and demand their capsules and money. Oolong and Puar recognize each other from transformation school. Puar calls Oolong a pervert who got kicked out for stealing their teacher's panties. Apparently, Oolong also used to bully Puar. Yamcha demands they hurry up and hand over their stuff. Oolong asks Goku if he is strong. Goku says yes, prompting Oolong to feel bold, saying they won't give up anything. Yamcha draws his sword and Oolong tells Goku to fight him. Goku doesn't see why he should fight until Oolong explains. Yamcha is a bad guy who plans to kill them. Goku asks why again, but when Yamcha swings at him, Goku dodges easily. He pulls out his power pole, clashing weapons with Yamcha. After separating, Goku commands the pole to extend, knocking Yamcha hard in the stomach. Puar gets worried and Oolong is amazed by Goku's strength. Yamcha asks about Goku's staff and Goku says it belonged to his grandfather. When he says his grandpa was Son Gohan, Yamcha and Oolong both recognize the name. Yamcha smiles, thinking this could be a fun fight after all. He charges in with his wolf fan fist technique and gives Goku a tough blow, sending him crashing into rocks. Thinking Goku's out cold, Oolong tries to escape by turning into a fly, but Puar swats him down. Yamcha demands Oolong hand over his valuables. Goku, rising from the rubble, complains about being hungry and challenges Yamcha again. They trade punches until Goku pokes Yamcha in the eyes, smashes him into the ground, even breaking a manga panel in the process. Yamcha charges once more, but Goku feels faint from hunger. Just then, Bulma wakes up. Yamcha sees her, freezes, and falls over in shock. He and Puar retreat, with Bulma wondering who the handsome guy was. The night, our trio eats and rests in Oolong's house wagon. Bulma scolds him off for hiding it, but he claims he was saving it for a special occasion. She checks out the shower and demands Oolong not to speak, but he smirks, having other ideas. She asks for pajamas and he offers to lend her a pair. Meanwhile, Yamcha tells Puar their new plan. Wait until Bulma is alone, transform, and steal their stuff. Yamcha will become the pig or the kid and leave Bulma along outside. Inside, Oolong wonders and worries the bandits might return. Goku assures him he will handle it now that he's eaten. Oolong asks why he's so determined to go to Mount Frypan, and Goku explains he's searching for a Dragon Ball. He even shows him the one he has. Yamcha and Puar are close in, realizing the capsule was a house wagon. Bulma is taking a shower while the two sneak up. They peek through a window and hear a girl's voice. Yamcha can't help himself and take a look. Seeing more than he expected, freaked out, he pulls back. They overhear Goku explaining the Dragon Balls to Oolong. Yamcha hatches a plan to steal them and use the wish to get over his fear of girls. Oolong says he's not interested in the Dragon Balls, but Goku wants to meet the dragon and thinks it's good training. Oolong finds that weird, he's only interested in women. Goku suggests that he wish for one and Oolong loves the idea. Goku doesn't get it and blurts out that women don't even have balls. Bulma then smacks him upside with a towel. She's in a towel, furious about the pajamas being too tight. Oolong suggests she sleeps naked, which she agrees to. If he washes her clothes by morning, he offers juice to her and Goku. Goku doesn't like the taste, but Oolong says it will make him stronger after Bulma goes to bed. She warns Oolong to stay downside or she will say pee-pee again. Goku crashes the couch. Oolong chuckles. His sleeping drug works. He creeps upstairs to take advantage of the situation. Outside, Puar turns into a key so Yamcha can unlock the door. Oolong hears Goku coming up the stairs and panics. He transforms into Bulma and hides the real one under the blanket. Goku, thinking it's Bulma, is told Oolong went for a walk. They go outside together. Yamcha sees them leave and sneaks upstairs, believing the Dragon Balls are hidden in the blanket. As Puar and Oolong argue outside, realizing who's who, they panic. If Oolong's outside, Yamcha is in danger. Yamcha pulls back the blanket and once again sees way too much. Stunned and dazed, He walks off as Pua helps him retreat. Next morning, Oolong's in the driver's seat with a shotgun. Goku wakes up, surprised he didn't hear anything. Oolong says he stayed up all night defending them. Bulma wakes up, cranky, yelling about her clothes. But Goku explained what Oolong did. She starts fantasizing about Yamcha. Oolong says he has one outfit for her. Bulma races upstairs and it's a bunny costume. She's not happy, but it's all they have got. She tells Oolong to drive them to Mount Frypan while she does her makeup. Yamcha spots them leaving and orders Puer to prep his weapons. They pursue. Oolong drives and Yamcha fires a missile just as Bulma gets excited to see him. The camper crashes, loses a tire, and Bulma gets knocked out. Yamcha demands the Dragon Ball. Goku, tongue out, rushes to fight again. Yamcha tosses aside his rifle and goes in with fists. Goku's ready this time and trades blow. He kicks Yamcha hard in the face, knocking out a tooth. Puer transforms into a mirror to show him and they retreat once more. Oolong's amazed at Goku's power, but their vehicle's trashed. They will have to walk now. Yamcha decides to follow them and steal all several Dragon Balls at once. Goku carries Bulma on his back and Oolong asks for a ride too. Suddenly, Yamcha and Puer roll up in a car, apologize and give them a replacement vehicle via capsule. Goku happily accepts, unaware of the tracking device secretly installed in the car. They drive towards Mount Frypan. At this point, Bulma starts wondering why it feels so hot, especially considering they are traveling north. That's when Oolong chimes in and begins recounting a chilling tale about the dreadful Mount Frypan. He explains that while the area used to be lovely, cool and scenic place, everything changed roughly a decade ago. According to him, it was as if fire rained down straight from heavens, engulfing the mountain in intense flames that haven't died down since. That bizarre blaze transformed both the mountain and the surrounding climate into what they were witnessing now, scorching and unbearable. As the group arrives and lays eyes on Mount Frypan for the first time, they are shocked to see it entirely cloaked in fire. That extreme heat suddenly makes a lot more sense. Oolong immediately starts picking and panicking and insists they should turn around and get away, frightened at the idea of encountering the infamous Ox King. However, Bulma curiously kicks in and she becomes intrigued, eager to learn more about this mysterious figure. Oolong nervously elaborates on just how fearsome the Ox King is, telling her that he's got a terrifying reputation, so much so that people have even given him the nickname Demon Lord. He adds that peak of Mount Frypan is home to Ox King's castle, which is said to contain massive amounts of treasure. However, Oolong also warns that many have attempted to sneak in and rob the place, but none have succeeded. The Ox King, ruthless and unforgiving, takes care of those intruders personally. Bulma confidently assumes that the sixth Dragon Ball must be inside that very castle, but Oolong quickly clarifies that the Ox King isn't actually up in the castle anymore. He explains that the fire erupted while the Ox King had taken his daughter on a picnic. By the time they returned, the entire mountain was ablaze. Since then, Ox King has remained stationed at the base of the mountain, unable to make his way back home because the fire is too intense, even for him. While Oolong becomes increasingly anxious and urges the others to take back before it's too late, Goku and Bulma seem totally unfazed and determined to press forward. Desperate to escape, Oolong tries to make a break for it, hopping into their vehicle and attempting to flee on his own. He even insisted that not even someone like Goku would stand a chance against the Ox King's bite. But Bulma quickly puts a stop to his attempted escape by uttering the command word PP. Instantly, Oolong pulls over and bolts into the bushes once again, forced to relieve himself. Elsewhere, Puar is checking the dragon radar and notices that Goku and his group are once again on the move. Yamcha realizes that they are indeed heading for Mount Frypan. He suspects the Ox King might be in possession of the sixth Dragon Ball after all. Puar, growing uneasy, suggests maybe they should forget this whole pursuit and call it quits. But Yamcha starts thinking more deeply. He remembers that Goku is the grandson of someone named Gohan, According to the stories, both Gohan and Ox King were former disciples of the legendary Master Roshi. That connection makes Yamcha pause and rethink his strategy. But before he can settle on anything, the movement is abruptly interrupted by distant sound of someone screaming. The two run toward the noise and see a young girl, frantically running from a massive T-Rex. The girl's wearing a helmet with round spinning blade mounted on top. Without missing a beat, she removes the blade and hurls it at the dinosaur like a deadly frisbee. The blade slices clean through it, decapitating the creature instantly, like a boomerang. The spinning weapon returns to her hand, but when she sees the lifeless dinosaur and its severed head lying in a Drostock heap, she freaks out. Acting on instinct, she fires a powerful beam from her helmet, completely obliterating both the dinosaur's body and its dismembered head. Yamcha and Puar are left absolutely stunned, their jaws practically touching the ground after witnessing that display. Suddenly, the girl takes off, running again, and spots the two of them. Yamcha tries to approach her and greets her calmly, but still overwhelmed by fear, she panics and fires off another beam from the helmet, this time nearly blasting Yamcha right between the legs. Reacting quickly, Yamcha smacks the back of her head with his hand, knocking her unconscious. After that wild encounter, he and Puar hog back into the vehicle and prepare to move. While Goku, Bulma, Oolong arrive at a worn down deserted village at the base of the blazing mountain. This is eerie, littered with bones. Bulma complains about the intense heat, but Oolong shushes her, warning that the Ox King might hear them. Bulma checks the dragon radar and sees that the Dragon Ball is definitely inside the burning castle. She asks Goku if he can reach it using his flying Nimbus, and he immediately calls for it, prompting more irritated yelling for Oolong. Goku takes off, soaring towards the fiery castle, but quickly realizes it's too hot, too high, and to get inside it. As Bulma whines about the situation, Oolong suggests giving up. A massive shadow looms behind, an axe whizzes past and embeds itself into the wall right in front of them. They spin around and scream. It's the Ox King himself. The Ox King pulls his axe from the wall, accusing them of trying to steal his treasure. Bulma and Oolong panic, insisting they have no such intentions. Goku returns, saying the fire is too intense to enter the castle, and spots the Ox King, curiously asking who the big guy is. In a flustered attempt to avoid getting killed, Bulma quickly introduces Goku to him. The Ox King, however, notices Goku's Nimbus cloud and demands to know where he got it. Goku casually explains it, coming from a guy named Roshi. This catches the Ox King's attention. Roshi, also known as Master Roshi, is a martial arts legend. Excited, the Ox King asks if Goku knows where Roshi lives. Bulma replies that he is probably on an island, somewhere offshore, which excites the Ox King even more, as he sees this as a chance to reclaim his castle. While celebrating, he notices Goku's power pole and asks where it came from. Goku says it belonged to its grandfather. The Ox King then asks if his grandfather's name was Son Gohan, and when Goku confirms it, the Ox King is thrilled. He knew Gohan from a distance. Yamcha and Puar watch in disbelief as Goku somehow makes friends with the feared Ox King. The Ox King explains that Goku's grandfather was Master Roshi's first student, while he himself was the second. Oolong is awestruck at how strong Goku must be to handle the Ox King so well. Bulma, still skeptical, can't believe that the pervy old man they met before is such a legendary master. The Ox King then asks Goku for a favor. He explains that Master Roshi owns a mystical item called the Bansho fan, which can douse the flames engulfed his mountains. He asks Goku to borrow it. Goku agrees on the condition that he gets the Dragon Ball in return. He shows the Ox King the 4-star Dragon Ball for reference, and the Ox King confirms he's seen one like it and promises to give it to Goku afterwards. Watching from a distance, Yamcha sees a Dragon Ball for the first time and stunned by how small it is. As Goku gets to leave on the Nimbus, the Ox King stops him. He reveals he had already sent his only daughter Chi-Chi to find Master Roshi, as well as asks Goku to find and bring her along. He even jokes that if Goku brings her back safely, he can marry her. He hands Goku a photo of Chi-Chi, and Oolong finds her pretty. Yamcha, spying on them, freaks out when he sees the photo. It's the same girl he knocked out earlier. He and Puar rush off into the car to make things right. Chi-Chi regains consciousness and sees Yamcha approaching, ready to blast him with her helmet beam, but Yamcha quickly apologizes, saying he didn't mean to hurt her and confesses that he's somehow fallen in love with her. Chi-Chi is overwhelmed and flustered, unsure how to process this. Yamcha tells her to look at his face to see he's sincere, but she laughs at her missing tooth. Hitting a nerve, still blushing, she can't deny being swept up in sudden romance. But when Yamcha spots Goku coming, he and Puar take off again. Goku finds Chi-Chi and asks if she is the Ox King's daughter. Confused at why so many people know her name today, she assumes Goku must be in love with her too. He explains her father sent him to bring her along to Master Roshi's. She wonders if she can ride the Nimbus, and Goku says only those with a pure heart can. While climbing on, she grabs Goku's tail for balance, causing him to fall in pain. He tells her it's his weak spot. Yamcha overhears this important detail from a distance and makes a note of it. Goku and Chi-Chi then fly off. As they glide through the desert, Goku slightly taps Chi-Chi with his foot to confirm if she's a girl. Offended, she knocks him off the cloud, sending him crashing into the rocks. After taking off again, Goku still confused why she got so mad. Chi-Chi, however, starts thinking she might as well marry Goku now. Once they are over the ocean, Goku asks a passing dolphin for the direction to Kame House. The dolphin helpfully points the way, and they soon arrive on Roshi's island. Goku greets the old master happily. Praising the flying Nimbus, Roshi boasts that it was his divine gift. He mistakes Chi-Chi for Bulma, thinking she somehow shrank, but Goku clarifies this is someone else, the Ox King's daughter. Chi-Chi, skeptical that this is the famous Master Roshi, throws her helmet blade to test him. He dodges slightly, but it still clips his staff and lodges his head. Chi-Chi is not impressed, but Roshi insists he just didn't react in time to prove his identity. He shows his driver's license. Once convinced, Chi-Chi explains why they have come. Goku asks to borrow the Bansho fan to put out the fire on the Mount Frypan. Roshi agrees, but on one inappropriate conditions. He pulls Goku aside and whispers that he wants to fondle Bulma's chest. The turtle's companion scolds him, revealing Roshi took an immorality potion and isn't dying anytime soon. Goku figures a little poke would be harmless and agrees, as long as it stays secret from Chi-Chi. Roshi begins searching for his house but can't find the fan. The turtle then reminds him that Roshi used it as a tablecloth one night, spilled soup on it and threw it away. Chi-Chi is devastated, but Roshi offers a backup plan. He will go put out the fire himself. Since he can't ride the Nimbus, he calls for baby Gamera, a flying turtle who carries him towards Mount Frypan. Back at the mountain, Goku tells the Ox King about the fan being gone, but the Master Roshi is on his way to handle things personally. When Roshi finally arrives, the Ox King greets him warmly. Roshi promptly vomits the motion sickness, but after recovering, he assesses the scenario. He then gives the Ox King a stern lecture about killing people over treasure. The Ox King apologizes, admitting he was blinded by greed, and says the treasure is meaningless, it costs life. Oolong is stunned to see the mighty Ox King so humble. Meanwhile, Roshi nudges Goku about their deal, so Goku quietly brings it up with Bulma. Roshi tells Bulma that if she won't agree, he won't put out the fire, delaying their hunt for the Dragon Balls. Furious, Bulma shouts at Goku but ultimately agrees on one condition. Roshi must actually put out the fire first. Roshi moves his shirt and shell, revealing a skinny frame. With Goku's help, he climbs up a ledge, then powers up. Transforming into a muscular powerhouse, the Ox King realizes he's about to use the legendary Kamehameha. Yamcha, watching from afar, explains the technique's power to Puar. Excited to witness it firsthand, Roshi places his hands together and fires the energy wave at the mountain. A massive beam blasts through the flames, causing a huge explosion. When it's over, the fire is out, but so in the entire mountain and castle. Roshi sheepishly admits he may have overdone it. Everyone is stunned. Oolong groans about having to dig through rubble for the Dragon Ball, but Bulma's confident her radar will locate it. Yamcha is blown away by Roshi's strength. Goku excitedly asks to learn Kamehameha, but Roshi says it took him 50 years to master. Despite that, Goku gives it a shot and manages a small version of the attack, accidentally destroying the car Yamcha gave him. Goku's disappointed it wasn't bigger, but the Ox King is amazed, calling it fitting for Gohan's grandson. Now understanding Goku's origins, Roshi recalls hearing that Gohan raised a child with a tail. Goku confirms his grandfather is gone, and Roshi offers to train him after he finishes collecting the Dragon Ball. Goku agrees with a big smile. Yamcha, still watching, is shocked that Goku was accepted as Roshi's student. It's a rare honor. Puar suggests giving up, but Yamcha insists he will keep going. Eventually, Bulma finds the 7-star Dragon Ball under the rubble, but her joy turns to anger when she sees Goku wrecked their car. The Ox King generously gives them a new capsule car, and Bulma checks the radar to see the last Dragon Ball lies to the west. As they prepare to leave, Roshi asks Bulma if she is forgetting something. Bulma pulls Oolong aside, threatening to use the magic words again unless he transforms into her and deals with Roshi. Oolong, grumbling, turns into Bulma and flirts with Roshi, while the real Bulma steams in distance. Eventually, fake Bulma teases him with a puff and exposes himself, sending Roshi into a frenzy. Bulma clocks Oolong, furious that he made her look like a total pervert. Meanwhile, in the car, Chi-Chi tells Goku that when she grows up, she wants him to return and marry her. Goku doesn't understand but says if she will give him something, he will come back for it. Everyone says their goodbye and they head off once more, Yamcha and Puar following from behind. Yamcha points out that the new vehicle they are using is way faster than the previous one they were chasing. He tells Puar to bring out the Silver Star model so they can keep pace, and the group resumes their quest for the final Dragon Ball. Their journey leads them into a strange land covered in massive mushrooms. As they drive along, Oolong checks the fuel and notes that they are almost out, while Yamcha and Puar keep trailing from close behind. They soon arrive at a small town, but as they pull in, the locals quickly scatter indoors, leaving the gang confused. At the gas station, a nervous attendant fuels up their vehicle and Bulma steps away to shop for more capsules. While walking, she assumes the townspeople are running off because they are dazzled by her beauty. Once the gas tank is filled, Oolong says they will pay once Bulma returns, but the attendant insists it's on the house. Meanwhile, Bulma selects the capsule she needs from the store and the shopkeeper surprisingly gives it to her for free. As she strolls away, proud of her amazing deal, two gun-toting guys with rabbit ears roll into town. Bulma ducks into a clothing shop and picks out an Arabian-style outfit. Not her favorite, but better than the bunny costume she has been stuck in. The storekeeper angrily accuses her of being part of the rabbit gang, yelling at her for wearing the attire and throwing her out. Outside, Bulma notices that the townspeople are no longer scared of her. She returns to the car with her purchase and Goku immediately asks if she bought food since she is starving. Just then the rabbit-eared thugs knock over a fruit stand, complaining about the apples. When a small child runs into the path, one of them viciously kicks the mother aside. Spotting Bulma, they approach her flirtatiously because she quickly tells them off, now understanding why the townspeople were so afraid. When she rejects them, one of the men pulls a gun on her. Bulma tells Goku that they are the bad guys and that he should take care of them. Smiling, Goku punches the gunman in the gut and follows up with a kick to the face. As the second thug tries to shoot, Goku leaps over and pokes him in the rear with his power pole, sending him flying. The fight is over. The team gets ready to move. Yamcha, watching from nearby, says those guys were no match for Goku. But one of the downed goons grabs a radio and urgently contacts their bosses. The townspeople panic and run, confusing the dragon team. Curious, Bulma asks about their boss, and the goons warn that their leader turns people into carrots and then eats them. Oolong wants to make a run for it, but Goku reassures them they haven't done anything wrong. Soon a bizarre little car shaped like a rabbit pulls into town. Out steps their leader, a rabbit in sunglasses. He asks who dared to oppose the rabbit gang. The goons point at Goku's group. Oolong and Bulma laugh off the goofy looking bunny, but Yamcha watches from afar, recognizing him. The rabbit leader approaches and offers to shake Bulma's hand. Just as Yamcha remembers, this guy is Monster Carrot. It's too late. Bulma slaps his hand away and instantly transforms into an actual carrot. Shocked, Goku and Oolong freak out. Yamcha explains that anyone who touches Monster Carrot ends up turned into a carrot. Goku gets ready to fight the Monster Carrot, warns that a single touch will have them the same effect on him. Oolong reminds Goku to use the power pole to avoid contact. Goku strikes the Monster Carrot, but the rabbit dodges, threatening to eat Bulma if Goku keeps attacking. While Goku hesitates, Oolong panics and speeds off in the car. Monster Carrot mocks the group's cowardice and orders his men to attack Goku. Since Goku can't fight back without risking Bulma's safety, they begin beating on him. Yamcha, watching, realizes they have no choice but to step in if they want the Dragon Balls. He tells Puar to turn into a bird and grab the parrot. Puar swoops down, snatches Bulma, and Yamcha leaps into action. Jumping off the gas station roof, elbowing one thug in the back of the head and kicking the other in the face. Yamcha yells at Goku that Bulma is safe and to take down Monster Carrot. Goku doesn't hesitate, he whacks the rabbit on the head with power pole. Puar hands over the carrot and Goku demands the village change her back. Monster Carrot claps his hand, returning to Bulma normal. Confused, she has no idea what just happened. Goku ties up the entire gang and tells Bulma that Yamcha and Puar saved her. She starts looking around for Yamcha, but he hides nearby, knowing that getting too close might cause him to faint from nervousness. Goku then gets an idea. He stretches his power pole all the way into sky, sending Monster Carrot and his gang rocketing up. When he returns, he tells Bulma they are now living in the moon, where they will likely stay for good. The group presses on, driving through the mushroom-filled land. Goku teases Oolong for running away, calling him coward. Then Oolong asks Bulma what she wants to wish for. She replies that she is looking for a perfect boyfriend, which annoys Oolong since they are risking their lives for such a frivolous reason. Up above, a mysterious tall woman with long black hair watches them from atop of mushroom. She radios a man named Pilaf, telling him that she's located a car on the road. Pilaf assumes that it must be the group carrying the Dragon Balls and instructs her to proceed with the plan. Back in the car, Oolong and Bulma keep arguing about the worth of her wish until their vehicle is suddenly struck, crashing into a giant mushroom and exploding. The three are thrown clear. A giant robot bounces over the wreckage. Inside is Shu, a dog-like ninja who digs through the debris until he finds the briefcase containing the Dragon Balls. He takes off with them as the team looks on in shock. Bulma yells at Goku to go after him. So Goku calls for his flying Nimbus and gives chase. He finds the robot, now empty, and taps it with his power pole. It falls over and he assumes it's defeated. Meanwhile, Bulma guesses the thief knew exactly what they were looking for. Oolong suggests giving up and even offers the Bulma boyfriend instead. She is not amused and shuts the idea down. Goku returns, saying the thief got away with the Dragon Balls except for his grandpa's 4-star ball, which he still has. Bulma cheers up, mocking the thief for missing one, and says they will use the Dragon Radar to find them. But Oolong reminds her that the radar and the capsules were in the briefcase that was just stolen. Bulma breaks into tears again. Yamcha and Puar, having seen the explosion, realized the team lost their Dragon Balls and decided to step in once more. They pull up and Bulma is thrilled to see Yamcha again. Meanwhile, Shu and the black-haired woman, May, are en route to their boss Pilaf, who plans to use the Dragon Balls to take over the world. Back with the group, Oolong is thankful Yamcha arrived. Yamcha lies and says it was all coincidence. Bulma immediately gets cozy with him, sending Yamcha into a panic, nearly making him crash the car. Inside a dark castle, Shu and May report back to their boss, Emperor Pilaf, a small man with pointy ears. He's not too upset that they only found 6 of the 7 Dragon Balls, since the last one is probably headed their way. May then notices Goku's group arriving on the castle monitor, and Pilaf realizes they must have a Dragon Radar of their own. The team arrives outside the castle and Goku is amazed by its size. Puar worries about Yamcha's condition after being so close to Bulma. They enter the building carefully, sneaking along the walls until Goku notices arrows on the floor leading a certain way. They follow them but hit a dead end. Then suddenly a wall drops behind them, trapping them in a tiny room. As the group looks for a way out, Pilaf celebrates his impending world domination. He goons shows and tells him they couldn't find the last Dragon Ball in the destroyed car. Pilaf figures one of the intruders must have it and watches them through the monitor. He appears on a screen in their room and introduces himself. Bulma angrily accuses him of stealing the Dragon Balls, while he snaps back about them missing one. He demands that hand over the 4-star Dragon Ball. When Bulma refuses, he threatens to do something indecent. A mechanical claw drops from the ceiling and snatches her away. In his control room, Pilaf asks for the Dragon Ball. Bulma flips him off in response. Pilaf decides to try a more romantic tactic. He puckers up and blows her a kiss. His henchmen blush and even Pilaf turns red, thinking this will win her over. But Bulma is unimpressed, listening off a bunch of dirty things she thought he might do instead. Shocked and embarrassed, Pilaf and his lackeys are left speechless. Pilaf, flustered, sends her back to the room. May then suggests using sleeping gas to knock them out and search for the ball themselves, which Pilaf agrees to. Goes sleeps in the room and everyone collapses. When the coast is clear, Pilaf stows in, only to inhale the gas himself and faint. His henchmen carry him to bed, and May searches the group, eventually finding the 4-star dragon in Goku's pouch. Later, Pilaf and his minions gather outside. The boss, still groggy but thrilled they have finally collected all 7 Dragon Balls inside the cell, the group regains consciousness. Goku realizes kicking the wall won't work, and Yamcha tells him there's only one way out. He needs to use Kamehameha. Goku turns and asks, "How do you know about that?" 7 Dragon Balls are all together and Pilaf is already standing before them, ready to summon the Eternal Dragon. Goku fires off a Kamehameha, but it all manages to do is blast a small hole in the wall. Yamcha peeks through it and spots the villains gathered around the glowing orbs. He quickly calls on Puer to transform into a bat and fly over to interfere. Bulma then yells Yulong to do the same or else she will make him go number 2 again. The two shapeshifters head towards Pilaf just as he begins the summoning chant. The Dragon Balls flash brilliantly, and to everyone's awe, the mighty Shenron emerges. Just as Pilaf begins to voice his wish for the world domination, Oolong sprints forwards and shouts out a wish first, a pair of women's underwear. Shenron, bound to grant the first request, drops a pair of panties onto Oolong's head, then vanishes. The Dragon Balls rocket off in different directions. The wish has been granted. Yamcha and Bulma are oddly grateful that Oolong's pervy instincts came into handy. Goku meanwhile asks why the balls scattered. Bulma explains it's just what happens. They become inert for a year once a wish is made. Goku is heartbroken though since his grandpa's 4-star ball is now lost again. Pilaf is furious and orders May and Shu to seize the pig and the cat, vowing revenge. Yamcha notes how pathetic it is that they got captured so easily, but Oolong counters. They had ray guns, man. Now locked up again, this time in a high-tech cell with steel walls and reinforced glasses ceiling, the gang is unsure how to escape. Goku believes they can break out easily, but Bulma explains this isn't ordinary glass. Yamcha gets agitated, wanting to search for the Dragon Balls again, but Bulma tells him there's no point. They are stone now and won't be active for another year. Yamcha slumps down, realizing he's struck with a fear of girls for a while longer. Suddenly, Pilaf's voice comes over the intercom, gleefully announcing that their prison will soon become an oven, cooked by the midway sun. Panicked, the team tries to blast their way out, but nothing works. Pilaf, Mai, and Shu go off to bed, excited for the enemy's slow demise. Goku is too hungry to do much, and the rest are left stressed. Looking up at the sky, Puer comments on how beautiful the moon is. That's when Goku casually drops a bomb. A monster appears during the full moon. Bulma thinks he's just talking about werewolves, but Goku insists it's real. That this creature killed his grandfather. Yamcha is stunned. Anything strong enough to take out someone like Grandpa Gohan must be terrifying. Goku says he was told never to look at the full moon. But the night his grandpa died, he did. Just for a moment while going out to pee, everyone starts freaking out. Bulma warns him not to look at it again, but it's too late. Goku turns, stares at the moon and begins transforming. Right before their eyes, Goku morphs into a massive rampaging ape. He goes wild, demolishing the castle and walking Pilaf and his goons in terror. But in doing so, he accidentally smashes open the prison the gang was stuck in. Yamcha yells at the monster to change back, as if that would work, while Pilaf, May, and Shu frantically flee in their pajamas, scrambling into a plane. Yamcha scoops up Bulma, Puer, and Oolong and bolts, but Goku spots the escaping plane. He rips a chunk of the castle and hurls it like a missile, hitting it dead on and sending it crashing. The wreckage lands near the other. Pilaf and his minions survive, but so does Goku, still on rampage. Bulma is pinned under some rubble and Goku is headed their way. That's when Puer remembers Goku's tail is his weakness. Yamcha grabs it and the best freezes in the place. Puer transforms into a pair of scissors and snip, the tail is gone. Goku shrinks back to normal and passes out, completely naked, leaving Yamcha holding the limp tail. By morning, the group is reflecting on the chaos. Oolong complains that Goku nearly got them all killed, but Yamcha sees it differently. His outburst gave them an opening to escape. Bulma suggests they never tell Goku he's the one who killed his own grandfather. Goku wakes up shortly after, confused and wondering where his clothes went. Bulma tells Oolong to hand over the panties, but he just gives Goku his pants. Goku tries to stand, but stumbles. He is not used to balancing without a tail. Upon realizing his tail is gone, he is shocked, but quickly shrugs it off, causing everyone else to collapse anime style. He then asks about his power pole. Yamcha tells him it's probably still in the wreckage, so Goku dashes off to find it, still clumsy from his missing tail. While he is gone, the rest wonder what they will do next since the Dragon Balls won't be effective for another year. Bulma and Yamcha both sigh, realizing that dreams a perfect boyfriend and a beautiful bride will have to wait. But then they glance at each other and something clicks. Goku returns with Power Pole just in time to see Yamcha and Bulma holding hands, dancing around joyfully with Puer. Bulma says they are heading to the city together and asks Goku if he wants to come. But he has other plans. He is going to train under Master Roshi to get even stronger. Oolong decides to tag along with Bulma and Yamcha, excited about all the girls he might meet. Goku still wants to find his grandpa's Dragon Ball, but with no way to track it, Bulma hands him the Dragon Radar as a gift. He will be able to use it next year. Yamcha tosses out a capsule to reveal an airplane and tells Goku to train hard and even surpass Master Roshi. Goku summons his flying Nimbus, and with that, the crew goes their separate ways. As Goku flies towards a new adventure and some serious training, a brand new saga awaits. The 21st Tenkaichi Budokai, where Earth's greatest fighter gather to prove who's the best. If you are hyped to revisit the classic arc, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more nostalgic Dragon Ball content. Thanks for turning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.